Pope Francis, he said something to us as well that I won't forget. And he said, "We didn't come into the world to vegetate, to take it easy, to make our lives a comfortable sofa to fall asleep on. No, we came for another reason, to leave a mark." And my friends, your purpose and mine is to leave a mark on this world as Christians, right? To make a difference in our families and in our communities, in our workplaces, in our schools, right? To leave an impact based on the lives and the witness that we give. The problem is that we're constantly bombarded with the temptation to just vegetate, right? To take it easy, to chill and binge watch Netflix, right? That's the temptation, to just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, rather than to recognize that we have been called to a higher purpose, to leave a mark in this world, right? And this is where our gospel comes in, because Jesus is addressing the crowds, and he says to gird your loins and light your lamps. Now, this is not a phrase that we use today, but it was a very popular phrase back then, because back then they didn't have Nike and Under Armour and Lululemon. No, they had long, loose robes that they wore. And those robes were not good for traveling. It was not good for working. It was not good for going into battle. So to gird your loins was to take all that loose garment and to tie it up. That way you're kind of exposing your legs so that you can travel, you can work, you can go into battle. Right? So it was a way to tell you, you have to be ready, you have to be prepared for what's coming ahead. And it's the same thing with to light your lamps. Right now we just flick on a light switch, but to light your lamps was to illumine the entire room so that you could see what was going on around you. Right? So that you're not just wandering in the dark, but that you can prepare yourself to maneuver, to go, to manage through the room. Like when I was in high school, they used to leave the porch light on so that when I came home, I didn't come back to a dark house. I don't know how many of you still do that, but so it was a way for us to be watchful, to be vigilant, to be ready for whatever is coming. And my friends, our entire lives are meant to be this kind of time of preparation in which we do whatever we can so that at the end of our lives, the Lord finds us ready. Right? That he finds us watchful and vigilant. And if we want to leave a mark on this world, then we have to begin with ourselves. Right? It's a good thing for us to go and to serve others, but a lot of times we want the fruit of our labor, but we don't want deep roots. But in order to have the fruits, you have to have the roots. Right? We have to begin with ourselves interiorly so that we can then be with other people, so that we can pour ourselves out for others.